Good afternoon, teacher. For today, I'll be showing you how I make Filipino-style pandesals. The reason why I chose to make pandesal because it's the most famous bread in Philippines, known for its crunchy outer layer and soft texture in the insides. The wet ingredients we'll be needing for today are eggs, milk, oil, and water. As for dry ingredients, we'll be needing flour, powdered milk, sugar, salt, yeast, and breadcrumbs. Then we'll also be needing one mixing bowl, one spatula, a mixer, and a baking mat. Now we will start mixing the wet ingredients, then the dry ingredients. So first I will put the oil in the mixing bowl. So now that we have poured the wet ingredients in the mixing bowl, I'll be adding the wet ingredients starting with powdered milk, and lastly we will be adding salt and yeast. Then we'll be mixing it slowly. Now that we have mixed the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients, we will now start mixing the dough using a mixture. Some people like to knead with their hands, but since we have a mixture, we will be using that as for today to properly mix the dough. Now I'll be cleaning off the spatula so we can start. Now we can start mixing since all of our ingredients are in this bowl.
If you found the one, you should never give her up. Positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think
So now that we have scraped off the dough on the sides, we will start mixing the dough again for 7 minutes. So now that we've done mixing the dough, I'll be scraping off the dough off the hook. Now, the dough has been mixing for 7 minutes and now it has an elastic-like texture. Now I'm done scraping off the excess dough off the hook. And now I'll be placing this towel on top of the mixing bowl to keep warm and let it rise for half an hour. After 1.5 hours, the dough has doubled in size and now I can put it in the baking mat and cut it into dough balls. So now that I have put the dough on the baking mat, I will gently sprinkle some flour in the dough. So now I will cut each dough ball for 50 grams. After finishing cutting the dough into dough balls, I am now putting it in breadcrumbs. After rolling all the dough balls, we will be keeping it in a warm place and covering it and let it rise for another 30 minutes before baking it. Here is the dough 30 minutes after rising, and I already preheated the oven for 15 minutes and now it's ready to go in the oven again and be baked for 15 minutes. This is the final product after baking.